Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I'm talking about the way too early season preview of those Phoenix Suns. I want to hear your thoughts down below, guys. What do you guys think of this team? And really, first up, this is their last run because this upcoming season they have Jay Crowder, Torrey Craig, Bismack Biyombo, Dario Saric, Damion Lee, Cameron Johnson, Josh Okogie, Dwayne Washington Jr., Jock, Landale. I know those guys aren't the most important players to the roster, but a lot of their depth goes to free agency. So this is their last, I think, real push with this current roster because next year is going to look differently. So let's talk about what they did this year, and let's start it off with Elfrid Payton, JaVale McGee, Ish Wainwright, Gabriel Lundberg, Aaron Holiday, Bismack Biyombo, Deandre Ayton, Damion Lee all became free agents. Then Josh Okogie, Bismack Biyombo all re-signed. Jock Landale was traded for from the Hawks. After that, he got traded from the Spurs. Devin Booker got an extension. Deandre Ayton had his offer sheet matched and signed a multi-year extension. Dwayne Washington Jr. signed a two-way. And they also, announced everyone that they brought in. Jock Landale, Damion Lee, Josh Okogie, brought back Bismack. And I like this team because obviously same starting lineup as last year. Ayton, Crowder, Bridges, Booker, Paul, with I believe next year Dario Saric. People forget Dario Saric was a sixth man of the year candidate before tearing his ACL. And I think Dario Saric will be a power forward center. I think Dario Saric is going to be backing up Jay Crowder, while Bismack and Jock Landale will back up Ayton. I think Dario Saric will be the small ball five if they ever want to go space ball and put Saric at the 5, then Crowder at the 4. And I think Cam Johnson this year is going to play more backup for Bridges because Josh Okogie I think is more of a reserve. And Devin Booker, I think it's going to be Landry Shamet versus Damion Lee in training camp. Landry Shamet has the money, okay? And don't get me wrong, I've always been a fan of Landry Shamet for just him. But the thing with Landry Shamet is he's kind of Bryn Forbes. And Bryn Forbes is on a minimum contract. He's a guy who just comes in and shoots threes at a high clip. And Damion Lee has a bit more ball handling ability. He has a bit more point guard to him. Not saying that he is a point guard. He is a shooting guard. But he can facilitate a bit more. And Dwayne Washington Jr., he's on a two-way, but he'll definitely back up Cameron Payne whenever he's called up. And they still have one more guy that they can put to a two-way, so don't be surprised if another face joins this roster. And this year, I just think they don't need to, I think minute manage is the best way to say it. Let's have Chris Paul rested for the playoffs, so he's 100% for the playoffs. Devin Booker, I need you to play like a superstar. I need you to be an MVP candidate. There were at points this past season he was like a top MVP candidate at points. If you look at the NBA.com and ESPN and The Athletic, all the MVP trackers, they all had him at times in their top 5 at different points in the season. Mikal Bridges needs to take the jump as well, and so does Ayton. Ayton's cool, but I need Ayton to be that 20 and 10 machine. Right now he's more of an 18 and 10 machine. He can't disappear in the playoffs. Also, do you want Ayton to start shooting threes? I don't think it's dire, but I think this whole situation is definitely interesting because it's not a normal one. And I think the Suns definitely made the right moves, okay? But one thing I'm scared is that if Mikal Bridges, Devin Booker, and Deandre Ayton don't take the jump we expect them to take, I think what's ending up going to happen is, yes, also they brought in Vrens Bleinberg, and he didn't even make the roster from the summer league. But I think it's interesting when you look at this because if you look at the top of the roster, their first 5 guys, then Cameron Payne, Cam Johnson, Bismack Biyombo, 8 to 10 guys, they're deep, depending, because the first 3 guys off the bench probably going to be Cam Johnson, Cameron Payne, and probably either Landry Shaman or Damion Lee. And then you probably do Bismack Biyombo and Torrey Craig. Then Jock Landale and Josh Okogie. So like the team's roster's deep, but if they have like a major injury happen, let's say Devin Booker's out, are you really gonna feel confident about Landry Shaman and Damion Lee? But then obviously you hope that you don't have injuries, and obviously that's what everyone hopes. But I think it's definitely interesting. I also ran out of coffee, so your boy is drinking café con leche right here. It's also funny, I went and ate at like this authentic Mexican restaurant last night. I didn't speak Spanish at all because I wasn't really given an opportunity, and plus I was with my girlfriend and her dad. As I left, because I had to use the bathroom, and my girlfriend and her dad were meeting me outside, I like walked by and they're like, have a good night, and I was like, what's that mean? And the guy, like, it was just funny, he turned around, he's like, I think he responded to me in Spanish, and I responded again in Spanish. I think he was just there. It's just so funny when people see me speak Spanish back to them, because I don't think people know I'm foreign, but I think they think I'm more like Italian, which I am, and I do. But I don't know. Parlo un picano italiano. Very little Italian. Either way, let's get back to the Phoenix Suns. And Cameron Payne's fine. Dwayne Washington is fine. Devin Booker, Landry Shaman, Damion Lee, that's fine. Mikal Bridges, Josh Okogie, Torrey Craig, that's fine. Or even Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, Josh Okogie's fine. Then Jay Crowder, arguably, probably Dario Saric and Torrey Craig is cool. Then Deandre Ayton, Bismack Biyombo, Jock Landale. Like this team, they're basically 3 deep on every position. But I will admit the second unit doesn't have like Cam Johnson's cool, but he's not like a Jordan Clarkson or a microwave off the bench. Like he's a shooter, but he needs a guy to create for him. I think this is a good team. I'm just scared that other teams have passed them. That's my biggest fear. I still think they're a top seed in the West because Monty Williams is a great coach. But I do have that fear that what if they did get passed by in the West? Where are they? And I do think it's interesting as all hell. Okay, but we'll figure it out with time. I think this was just a good video to talk about because the Phoenix Suns are in an interesting position. So I hope you guys have a great day. Comment, like, do all that good jazz. Till next time, guys, but peace out.